Okay, dear students, in the last class, we have discussed about different functions, different other things. Like, let me share you the syllabus that will help us to identify where we are actually with the course. Okay, so if I go to the syllabus, we have already done different aspects of the spreadsheet software. I think you can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the syllabus?
Yes, sir.
Course outline. Okay. We have introduced about financial management and Excel. We have discussed about Excel shortcut, formatting, graphs and charts. We have discussed about the different aspects of lookup, index, match, etc. Then we have also come up with some kind of formula like sum if, average if, etc. We have also used if and nested if and all this thing. We are also done with the functions, the text functions, math functions, conditional functions like HLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, etc. In fact, we have not done with the financial function because that will be covered when we study the finance concept. Without learning different aspects of finance, we cannot actually say, we cannot actually discuss the finance function because we don't have that idea. Okay, so we are going to discuss about the data table, goal seek and solver today, and also we'll try to start the financial statement analysis. Okay, so first thing is that one-dimensional, two-dimensional data tables, and then we'll go for goal seek and solver. Okay, for today. So are you ready for that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Probably you can see the Excel spreadsheet on the screen. So at first we will discuss about the data table. We have two types of data table, one-dimensional and two-dimensional. So let me write 1D to indicate one-dimensional data table. Okay. Let's say, let me give an example of calculation. For example, let us think about a situation where one-dimensional data table. Okay. So let us consider a situation. Let's say that what should I, what example should I give? I'm thinking. Okay, let us think about different inputs. For example, the total revenue of a company. You know what is total revenue, right? Total revenue, let's say 10,000. Then total expenses 7,900. Then profit before tax profit. Before tax profit. That means profit before giving any tax. So this one will be equal to total revenue minus total expenses. Okay, now let's say the tax rate. Tax rate is just as an example, 15%. So after tax profit will be after tax profit will be equal to this one times 1 minus tax rate. Okay. So we can see that before giving tax, the profit was 2,100, and after giving tax, it is 1,785. Okay, now let's say the number of shareholders. Number of shareholders. Do you know what is shareholder? Do you know what is shareholder? Who is a shareholder? Any idea? If you don't have any idea, tell me that you don't know. At least you have to respond. Otherwise, I have to leave the class. Do you know what is a shareholder?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually, there is a very easy way of responding in the class. You don't have to click mute, unmute. You just press the space bar and speak out. And after speaking out, you can release the space bar. Okay, so it is not a very big deal. So shareholders are the owners of the company. Okay, they are the owners of the company. One company might have only one owner. So in that case, we usually do not say shareholder, because the one single person is owning all the ownership of the company. But if a company has 1,000 owners, then we do not, we call every one of them as the shareholder of the company. Okay, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So if the number of shareholder is 800, then we can also calculate the profit per share. Okay, profit per share or earning per share. Okay, profit per share. So the profit per share will be equal to the total profit after tax divided by number of share. So we get 2.23. This is just an example. You can also do any kind of calculation, maybe your grade CGPA calculation, or maybe the revenue calculation, or maybe your personal expenditure calculation. Any type of calculation can be done in this manner. But in a one-dimensional data table, what we try to do, we try to see the sensitivity of a result, sensitivity of a result if any one value changes. Okay? So for example, we want to see how sensitive the profit per share is to the change of tax rate. At 15% tax rate, the given other things constant, at 15% tax rate, the profit per share is 2.23. So what would be the profit per share if the tax rate is 25%? Or if it changes by 1%, 1%, or 5%, or 5%. So what will be the impact? That is the that question will be answered if you use one-dimensional data table. So one-dimensional data table indicates the change of the output variable if any one of the input variables changes. Then what is the impact? That is the main thing for data table. So let us do it. Let us create a data table. Actually, some people also say data table is a kind of sensitivity analysis. So how sensitive is the profit per share to the tax rate? Okay, that could be reflected by the one-dimensional data table. Okay, we also call it what if analysis. So what will be the profit if tax rate changes? The answer to this question will be given by this method. So let us try to see what will happen to the profit per share if the tax rate changes. Okay, so let us write down. Let us give a column heading tax rate. So let's say we want to look at the change of profit for different tax rates starting from 0%. Starting from 0%. Up to 50%. So how? So if it is the tax rate, then what will be the value of profit per share? Okay, so if we want to employ this tool, then we have to write down the formula. We have to link the outcome cell. So let us type equal and then link profit per share, because we want to see the change of profit per share. This is how we have to introduce Excel, that we want to see the change of the value of profit per share. Okay, so that is not a result, that is just the linkage with the outcome variable. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to select this range, because we want the result here based on the result here. Okay, do you understand? So yes, now sir, we will go to data ribbon. Okay, then click on what if analysis and then go to data table. Okay, now when you try to do data table, actually Excel does not yet know whether you want a one-dimensional or two-dimensional. Okay, so if it is a two-dimensional, you have to input both row and column. But if it is a one-dimensional, then whichever is applicable, you have to use that one. So in this case, our actually our results will be in column, right? Our results will be in column, in this column. Our results will be in this column. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Our results will be in this column, right? So already Excel know that Excel has been developed in this manner. Already Excel knows that it has to show the change of this result, in these cells. But Excel does not yet know these values belongs to which input. Okay, so you have to specify that. So because our things are in columns, so we have to click column input cell and then show actually these values are the tax rate, like this one. Okay, then we have to click OK. Now you can see, now you can very easily see that our profit per share is clearly shown here. Sorry, let me change the decimal and make it uniform. So you can see that actually do not look at this one. This one is necessary for the calculation interim step. Okay, you can some people make it white in color so that we cannot see it, or some people also change the number format to hide it. For example, you can go to more number formats and go to custom And for example, here you can just put a semicolon, and that will make it invisible. Okay, you cannot see anything here. There are different ways of hiding it. Okay, but do not write anything there. Keep this cell, keep this cell unchanged after generating the data table. So here you can write the profit per share. Okay, okay. So this is how you can actually develop the data table. You can show the what if analysis. What will be the value of a particular variable if certain thing changes? And definitely you can make a graph. You can use conditional formatting for further visualization. We are not going to do that now because I have already taught you all this thing. You can be as much creative as is possible for you. So this is an example of one-dimensional data table. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this worksheet and give an example of two-dimensional data table. Let me rename it. Two-dimensional data table. So now what I will do, I will delete all this, because I'm going to give a new example. So in now we will not show the effect of only one change. Rather, we will show the effect of two changes. For example, perhaps we want to show what will be the impact of total expense and tax rate. Two different things. The impact of two different things. Okay. Do you want to see that or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us create a table again, because I'm showing based on the same example, just in the similar manner. We will show the tax rate in the column. Actually, it is a bit tricky, to show which is what. Okay. So perhaps we also want to show the effect of expenses, total expenses. Let us type tax rate first. Just like before, 0%, 5%. Okay. Then in this row, we will put the column heading of total expenses. Total expenses. So let's start with maybe 4,000 or so. It is not practical to assume that our expense will be 0, right? 5,000. So we want to see two changes. Okay, one is the effect of the tax rate. I think it is better to insert another column here and indicate this thing from here. Okay, and here it is total expenses. Now it is meaningful. So now what you will do, you will show the value you want here in the intersection of the column heading and row heading. So do you understand that this is the intersection? Because if you go up, it will go through this cell, and if you go to the left, it will go through this cell. So the intersection between the column heading and the row heading is this one. Okay, so here you will press equal and link to profit per share, so that the changes on profit per share is displayed here. Enter. Later on we will hide this one. because we don't actually need that one to be displayed. Okay, but that is necessary for creating the data table. Now, let me select the whole table where we intend to get the outcome and also the input variable. Then go to data, what if analysis, data table. Now you know that column input cell is already the tax rate, just like before. And the row input cell is the total expenses, this one. Right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it? If anybody has any question, please ask me. Okay. You see, we have got it straight away. Let me change the number of decimal to make it uniform. So you can see that if your expense is 10,000, then total revenue and total expense will be equal. So before tax profit will be 0. After tax profit will also be 0, and the shareholder will get nothing. Per share profit will also be 0, which is reflected here. All are 0 here. Okay. And if your tax rate is 0%, then you get the value. So for example, if you want to see what will be the profit per share if our expense is 8,000 and tax rate is 20%. Who can tell me? What will be the profit per share if the total expense is 8,000 and the tax rate is 20%? What will be the profit per share? Can you find it from this table?
Yes, sir.
So what is the profit per share?
Sir, 2, sir.
2, the intersection. Okay, if you go straight, this one is the profit per share. You know, this is how you can identify and very easily analyze the sensitivity of a particular outcome variable if 2 variable changes altogether. So you can also definitely you can hide this using any method, and then you can use the conditional formatting to you know, this one is very useful, color shades. So you can just choose this one. It creates a very interesting visual impact on the values. The less the value, the more red, you know, closer to red color. The higher the value, the more close, you know, the closer to the higher to the green color. Okay, you can also choose any other. So that is not our intention because we have already shown how to use conditional formatting. So I hope things are clear to you now. Any question? Let me know if you have any question.
No, sir.
Oh, you are understanding everything so easily and you are not having any question. That's good. Now I'm going to give you, I'm going to show you about the goal seek and solver tool. Okay, goal seek and solver tool. So at first you have to make sure that you have the solver installed in your Microsoft Excel software. Everyone, please go to File, then options or properties, depending on the version of your software. You can go to file, then option or properties. Okay. Sorry. Actually, my one is a Mac version, so it could be a bit different. You can go to file. Are you going there from file to option? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Look, if you do not respond, what I will do, I will make it mandatory for everyone to keep the video camera on. And if you do not keep it on, I will not let you remain in the class. Because I can see that day by day, you are going to decrease your response. So could you go to file option?
Yes, sir. Done.
Okay, so what do you see on the screen? You can see on the left side, there are some sections, right? General, formula, can you see it? Everyone, please switch on your camera. Please switch on your camera. And let me know if you have any problem. So what about, if you do not cooperate, I cannot teach you in this way. This is very sorry to say.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm very sorry to say that if the students of the class are not cooperating, then it is not possible for me to teach you in a good manner. That means in a, what should I say, in a very good in a very good intensity. So what I can do, I can just record my lecture and send the recorded lecture to you, right? What is the use of fixing a time for the class and doing a live class if you do not respond to whatever I say? I'm just simply saying that go to file and option and let me know if you see anything. Do you find the general then formula proofing and all this thing or not? So only 2 or 3 students are saying, and out of all the students, about more than half century students, nobody is responding except 1 or 2 students. So is it the same thing happening in all your other classes, or it is only in my class? Pradeep, what do you think?
Sir, it is same of other classes also.
Also in other classes?
Yes, sir.
So probably I should recommend your university to stop the live classes and only give you the recorded lectures. You can find so many YouTube videos, showing how to install solver, how to do 2-dimensional data table, how to do 1-dimensional data table, how to use goal-seek, and so many things in the YouTube. So what is the use of this class if you do not interact in the class? Look, I have asked the students to switch on the video, which you are supposed to do, even if I do not say. Okay, now I can see a number of students coming up. Okay. Thank you. So what about you? Rishita Krishna, have you found it? Have you found the preferences, Excel? If you go to file and option, have you found those options? General, formula, proofing, and all this thing?
Actually, no, sir.
Then what did you find? Let me know. I need to know that.
There's some problem with my Excel, sir. I'm unable to open it.
Okay, okay. Then Anika Raj, have you found anything? If you go to, because if you do not install solver, actually you are going to fail the upcoming case study. In the case study, you will have to do all this thing and you have to show it in the class. During the class, you have to demonstrate. It is not that you just prepare an Excel file and submit it and get marked, not like that. Okay, the students who will remain in the class, show their ability to do something, they will get the mark. Other students will not get the mark. Very simple. Okay, I will ask you to do something on screen. If you can do it, you get the mark in the case study. If you cannot do, you do not get the mark. Very simple. Okay, so this is why I urge you to be very active in the class. So what about Rohit? Rohit Elitam, have you got the Excel preferences? It will be different from what you see on my screen. Because on my screen it is a Mac version. If your one is a Windows version, probably it will be different. But I want to know, what do you see there, Rohit? Rohit, is it possible to share your screen and show what you are getting there?
Sir, my Excel is not working, sir.
So let me see how many of your Excel is not working. Anyway, at least you respond. Even if you say that your Excel is not working, your computer is not working, at least you are speaking something. But at the beginning of this class, even the students are not saying that they will not answer. How frustrating it is for me. Consider yourself in my position. So what about Ojasvi Harswal? Sorry if I do not pronounce your name.
Yes, sir. Ojasvi.
Yeah, Ojasvi, can you share your screen in by any way?
Sir, can I show you, can I tell you what is showing on my Excel?
Yeah, you can tell also, no problem.
So, sir, if I go on files, it says like home, new, open, then info, save as. There's nothing like what you are telling us.
So if you go to file, do you see anything called option or preference?
It says info, share, export, publish, close, account, feedback, and options is there.
Option, yeah, click the options.
Yeah, I clicked it.
Okay, then what do you see?
I see general formulas, data.
Right, this is what I want the students to find out. Okay, so if it could be possible for Ujasi to share, then I could show it, because my Excel is Mac version, so I cannot show you from my screen actually.
Yes, sir, I can share. Could you enable the sharing?
Sure. That will help everyone. Atlas, someone is helping me, is able to help me. Now you can share. I'm stopping.
Sir, only if you, yeah, okay. And actually, sir, there's some construction going on, so if there's background noise, I'm
No
sorry.
problem. I understand that. I'm very easygoing, but if you do not speak anything, at least say that I will not speak. It's fine. Yeah. So show how did you get it from the beginning. Every
Yes.
student, please do it in your file also.
So we go to
Click on
files,
file,
options,
then options. Then you will get this dialog box. So you have to go to, Ojaswi, please follow me. Please, every student, every student go there, go up to this dialog box. Then Ojaswi, please go to add-ins, go down and click add-ins.
Yes,
Now
sir.
you can see in the list of the add-ins, yeah, a solver add-in. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Click it, and you can see this is inactive in your Excel. Normally it is inactive. If you have not used it before, then it will remain inactive. Now what you have to do, you have to activate it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So how can you activate it?
I don't know, sir.
Okay, click on go, in the bottom, yeah, click on go. Every student follow it. Click on go. Now click solver add-in. Checkbox, check the checkbox, solver add-in. Yeah. Now click OK. Let it load. So if you click data, now click just to check whether it has loaded or not. Click on data on the menu bar, file, home, insert, draw, page layout, formula, data. You can
Yes,
see
sir.
there is a solver to the right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have a solver. Click it, and it
Done.
is functioning. Okay, so every student's computer has to make it. Every student has to make it ready in their Excel file. Okay, otherwise you will not be able to. Otherwise you will not be able to answer questions during the Let me tell you very specifically. During the case solution and presentation, that will happen probably in the following week. Okay, and it carries 20 marks, 20 marks. So you have to have your Excel file ready in this manner. Okay, close it. So
Sir, should I stop sharing or?
yeah, please stop sharing, no problem. So could everybody make their Excel ready in this manner?
Yes, sir, I have doubt.
Yeah, please, Pradeep.
Sir, can I share once my screen?
Yeah, please.
Sir, is it okay they're getting my my solver is like this?
Mhm.
I mean, can you
This
see that?
solver,
Yes, sir.
I cannot see the whole screen. I can only see the dialog box.
Sir, just give me a second.
Sir, what does the solver do?
Yeah, that we'll learn today. But before learning, I'm trying you to keep it ready.
Sir,
Yes.
can you see?
Is it Excel or other software?
Other software, sir. Linux.
Okay. What is the name of this software? OpenOffice.
LibreOffice, sir.
LibreOffice. Okay. I'm not quite familiar, but it should have a similar thing. Can you go to data? Can you go to data? No. Click on the menu bar. Go to the menu bar, data.
Yes.
Okay. Then do you find solver here?
Sir, I found the solver, sir. Just
From where?
sir,
Oh,
in the tools.
yeah, solver. I think it should work in a similar manner.
Yes, I got this. I mean, is this, if this format is okay, right?
Yeah,
I found
it's
different
okay.
in
It's
Excel.
okay. You can try. You can try. No problem.
Thank you, sir.
So anybody got any other problem?
Sir, how to do that in Mac Excel?
Sorry, Omar. Tell me again.
How to add solver in Mac Excel, sir?
Okay, I'm showing that. No problem. I have that, so no problem. I can show that. So let me share again. You can see it, right? I will click Excel in Mac. Okay, I'm clicking Excel. Can you see the drop down?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will click on what? What can you see? Which one is highlighted?
Preferences.
Preferences. Now we should go to well, actually, I'll also have to find it out because I'm not very old in Mac. At first, you have to check whether it is working or not. In my Mac, it is already activated. So if it is not activated, then oh, you will have to get it from tools. Okay, Omar? Do you
Yes,
understand?
sir.
You go to tools and then go Excel add-ins. Okay, now you have to check solver add-in. Then okay. Do you understand?
Okay, sir.
So it is already activated in my my Excel, so I don't have to do it again. And students, remember, if you think that you will learn everything before the case study and presentation date, that is not going to work because so many things are there. You have to continue your practice. You have to continue your practice, whatever we are doing in our class, do it again and again and get yourself ready. Become an expert in all these things we are doing in the class. Otherwise, if you think that just before the demonstration day, presentation day, you will learn, actually it will not work. Okay. So probably in other courses, you just submit the assignment and then you get your marks. Am I right?
Yes, sir. It depends.
Yeah, but in this course, it is not possible because it is a kind of practical course. So only creating an Excel file and submitting it will not work. Okay, what you have to do, you have to share your screen on the on screen. You have to show your ability on screen. You have to share the screen and demonstrate. Let's say I ask you to develop a two-dimensional data table. So you have to do that, and you have to show it to all the class members. Okay, then you will get the mark. And if you cannot do that, you simply get 0. I cannot do anything about that. Okay, so you have to practice all the things that we are doing. Actually, I'm getting you ready for doing the financial analysis that will start from the next class or probably to some extent from today. Correct it. Two-dimensional. Okay, now let me create another worksheet and call it goal seek. We'll start with goal seek. Actually, solver is better than goal seek, but let us learn both. No problem. We can do the same thing that we can do using solver that we can do using goal seek. But solver is more powerful. So let's call it goal seek example. Let's say we have an we have a kind of equation. We have a kind of equation like relationship. Okay, y is equals to, no, sorry. Let's say we have a relationship. We know that total, we know that operating profit which is often called EBIT, but let me write only E. Okay, only E. Operating profit is equals to, how do we calculate operating profit? How do we calculate operating profit? Total revenue that means price times quantity, right? Price for P for price times quantity is Q. So that is actually the revenue. Okay, price times quantity, that is revenue. To separate it, I'm using the square bracket. Price times quantity. So revenue minus variable cost, revenue minus variable cost minus fixed cost. So how do we find the variable cost? Variable cost per unit which is in symbol V times quantity which is in symbol Q, and let me put it in the square bracket to separate it. This is a very simple business relationship, right? So operating profit is equals to revenue minus cost, variable cost minus fixed cost. I hope that you know this relationship as a business student. Now, okay, to make it simple, operating profit is actually revenue, that means sales revenue, so that you understand it clearly. Sales revenue minus total variable cost minus fixed costs. But variable cost is variable. It will depend on quantity. It will depend on quantity, right? This is why we at first take the variable cost per unit times quantity. If I want to make it further, if we want to make it clearer, then we can say operating profit is equals to sales revenue minus total expenses. Total costs. Okay, now let us look from the top. Operating profit is equals to revenue minus cost. You understand this one, am I right or wrong? At least you understand this one, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let us go to the next one. So we have broken it down. Revenue minus total cost. There are two types of total cost. One is the variable cost, another one is the fixed cost. So variable cost will increase whenever you increase production and sales, but fixed cost will remain fixed. This is why we have broken it down. Sales revenue is equals to price for 1 unit times quantity of production and sell minus total variable cost. How do we get it? Per unit variable cost times quantity of production minus fixed costs. Okay, so in symbol we can write E is equals to PQ minus BQ minus F. Can you write or wrong? Can you write this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So for further algebraic simplification is the operating profit is equals to, take Q as a common factor, P minus Q minus F.
Sir, it is V, sir. P minus V.
Yes. Yes, any question?
Excuse me, sir. It is P minus V, sir, not P minus Q.
Oh, right. Sorry. It proves that I'm a human being, not someone like you who just keep quiet and sit down. I'm talking and making mistake. So this is why I'm a human being. So you have to be a human being in the class. Okay, anyway. Just kidding. So the operating profit E is equals to quantity of production and sales times difference between price per unit and variable cost per unit. And after doing this calculation, you have to deduct the fixed cost. Then you get the operating profit. Okay. Let us keep this guiding formula on top. And now we will write down different values. Now we will write down different values. Okay. So one value will be quantity, because quantity is very important. We might have different quantity of things. Quantity of production and sales. Let's say we sell everything. Now, whatever we produce, we sell everything. That is represented by Q. Okay, equals. Let us write down the value here. Let's say just an example. We produce and sell 1,000 units. And then price per unit. Price per unit. P equals. Let's say the price is $15. Okay. And variable costs per unit. V equals, let's say it is $7. Okay. And fixed cost, it is not per unit, because no matter how many units you produce, your fixed cost is the same. Let's say the fixed cost is $20,000, because you had to buy very expensive equipment, which cost you a lot. So it is becoming $20,000. So we do not know. Now we do not know the operating profit. Okay. E equals. We do not know it. So let us put it in a different color, maybe red color. So what is the amount of operating profit? Can I do that here? What should be the name of the file? It should be okay. So the operating profit will be equal to what? Can you do it using formula? It will be equal to.
Yes.
Look at this formula. I know you have to do it in a similar manner. So at first the quantity, this one, times within bracket. Sometimes we forget to put the multiplication because visually, when we do it on paper, even if we do not use the multiplication sign, that is not a problem. But in Excel, you have to use this one. If you do not put this one, then it will be a problem. So Q times P minus V. P minus V, bracket close, minus fixed cost. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Got it or not? So our
Yes, sir.
profit is actually negative. That means we have operating loss. Probably because our fixed cost is very high. So selling only 1,000 unit is not sufficient. To do the business, you need more. Am I right, Karthik? Karthik Reddy, am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir. Right, sir.
Okay. So the operating profit is negative here. But if you change, let's say our sale is not 1,000, it is 5,000. Now you can see we have quite a big number of a big amount of operating profit. If it is 15,000, then it is 100,000 operating profit. If it is 2,000, then minus 4,000. Okay, so this is how you can very easily calculate the operating profit. Let's say we want to find at what level of quantity the operating profit will be 0. Okay, let's say we want to find at what level of quantity the operating profit will be 0. So what you need to do, you need to change it again and again. 1,000, it is minus 12,000. So again, let me try more. 1,200. Okay, it is still negative. So let me try higher. 1,500. Still negative. Okay, then 2,000. Still negative. So 3,000. Now we have positive, but it has already gone to $4,000. We need to know how many amounts we need to sell to get 0 profit, 0 loss situation. That means break even. We just need to know that. How can we do that actually? Instead of doing trial and error, we can very easily find it. Do you understand? We can very easily find out. So for doing that, what we will do, for doing that, actually, we need to go to this cell. Okay, we need to go to this cell and then click on data what if analysis. Data, again, what if analysis. There are different types of what if analysis. Data what if analysis, then goal seek. Do you understand? Data what if analysis, then goal seek. Click that. Now, okay, now we have a dialog box. We have a dialog box. Okay, we have a dialog box, and you can see that there are three things. One is set cell. Which cell we want to set? Okay, which cell we want to set? We want to find the value of this cell to 0 by changing this cell. Look at it. Let me do it again. Okay, let me do it again. We need to set this cell to 0, to the value of 0 by changing what? By changing the production quantity. Okay, so what Excel will do, Excel will try to change the cell D7. Okay, D7. Excel will try to change the cell D7 again and again, and try to make this one 0. So whenever Excel find it 0, it will show this value. Okay, so that is the goal we are going to give to the software. So now if we press OK, you can see we have got goal seeking with cell D11. So this one found a solution. One solution has been found. Okay, so we can see if our cell is 2,500, then our operating profit will become 0. Do you understand or not?
Yes, sir.
What about Sri Harshi? Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let us try this here. If really the profit is 0 or not. So let us see. Equals our earning will be equal to. We just check it by manually. Whether we get the profit to be 0 when our production is to 2,500. So 2,500, or we can just use the amount 2,500 times 15 minus 7. 15 minus 7 minus 20,000. You see, our profit is 0. So Excel has successfully found it. Yes, Excel has successfully found it. Now let us try to do another thing. If we change the variable cost per unit from 7 to 8, what happened? You see, now the operating profit has again changed. So remember that goal seek will give you the result only once. It will not adjust in future. It is not flexible. Okay, it will not adjust in future. So that weakness of goal seek can be overcome by using solver. Okay, you can use solver to overcome this problem. Do you understand? So solver can do the same task. Even solver can do even more complex tasks, but we are not going into that much complex things. But at least show you the interface, how solver can be employed to look at this kind of situation. Any question?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So let me copy this one and rename it as solver. So now let's say we want a different solution. Let's say we want to see we want that our operating profit be 1,200. We want the operating profit to be 1,200. How can we do that? So in this case, we want it to be how much? 1,200, right?
Yes.
So we will go to data. Let us click here. We will go to data, and then what happened? Data, then click solver. Okay. So now we need to set the objective. We will use a very simple way of solving the thing. We will not impose any constraint or any other thing. Okay, we will just do the. So the set objective. What is the objective? Our objective is to get the value of D11. Okay, so this one will be D11, not D7. D11. We want the objective is to get the value of D11. So click value of, not maximum or minimum. So you can understand, probably we can solve a complex problem using these different options. Okay, now we want the value of D11 in solver sheet. Okay, value of D11. Just click, then it will become it will link to the cell. You don't have to. Just 1 second. Sorry about the interruption. So now what we are doing, we are clicking the objective cell. What is our objective? Our objective is to see the operating profit to be 1,200. So Let me click the cell where we have the operating profit, which is in D11. Okay, so it is there. Now click, because we want the value of the value of D11 to be 1,200. It can also be 0, no problem, same thing. So 1,200. We want the operating profit to be 1,200. By changing which one? By changing D7. Am I right or wrong?
D7.
D7. Okay. Now just click solve. You see, have you got it or not?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We have got that if our quantity and sell quantity of production and sale is 2,650, then our operating profit will become 1,200. So now in the dialog box, can you see solver results? Solver found a solution. All constraints and optimality conditions are satisfied. So what do you want? Keep solver solution or restore the original value? You have already seen it. So what I want to keep the solver solution. Okay, so let me click OK. Okay, it is done. Do you understand? So this is how you can actually employ the solver tool. But solver tool can be used for many other purposes. Probably in future you will be able to apply that in more advanced analysis. So for now, that is okay. Our discussion about a data table, solver, and goal seek is done. And now you can, do you have any question? Do you have any question?
No, sir.
Okay, if you do not have any question, you can go for a break, and we will come back after 15 minutes, I think. Okay. Do you want the break or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will come back after around 15 minutes. Thank you very much. So we want to see that the students can demonstrate a little about what we have discussed so far. So I want to ask the students to come forward voluntarily to show one-dimensional data table. Can anybody of you show it on the screen? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So anybody of you want to show me, not me actually, demonstrate. No, there is no problem if you make any mistake. We will help you to correct it. Okay. And in the last class, you have seen that when the students make any mistake and other students help them to correct it, and also I help to correct it, that is also a very good lesson for other students, for all the students. Okay. So can anybody come forward to show one-dimensional data table or two-dimensional data table that we have already done in the class? Suvira, can you show it? Suvira Pratapa. If you don't want, then just tell me that no, sir, I don't want to show it, or I have a problem, or whatever you want to. But at least respond, at least speak out. So Suvira doesn't want to talk to me, right? What about Rishita? Rishita, Ritik, okay, Deepika.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, do you want to show it? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
please. And other students, please get ready. I want that the students come forward. Otherwise, I will not have a very good perception about the students in this class. Okay. So Deepika, we cannot hear you actually. Probably you are mute.
Yes, sir. So to see one-dimensional table, first we'll need to
At first, let us know what you have done here actually. What kind of data it is, what is it showing and all this thing.
yes, sir. So 1 second, I'll add another table over here so that you will be able to differentiate. Sorry. So yeah, this is the revenue of certain states over here, and these are the tax rates. Sir, I'll have to calculate the share price, or sir, some data is missing, sir. I'll have to keep it ready.
Okay, no problem. Do it.
Yes, sir.
And other students, you can also help her to improve it. Make the class interactive.
Sir, how do we calculate uh, profit after tax?
Okay, actually, yeah, profit after tax. So profit is equals to revenue minus expenses. Okay, revenue minus expenses. So after revenue, you can insert another column. Better to put expense after revenue. Normally, we do it after revenue.
Okay, sir. I'll do it.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'll give some random values.
So by this time, another student, whoever wants to show the two-dimensional data table, please get ready. Okay, please get ready if you want to show it. And if I call your name, and if you are not ready, just let me know that you are ready. You are not ready and you don't want to show it. That's fine. But if you keep quiet, that is insulting for me. Now, please don't do that. Yeah. Yes, Deepika. Are you doing it? I think she's having network issue. Okay, Deepika is having some internet issue, probably. She is out of network. So any other student wants to show the one-dimensional data table voluntarily? Mohit Kumar?
Sir, I'm actually at the hospital, sir.
Okay, okay. Ravali? Ravali? Ravali is not responding. That is not good. At least you say that I don't want to show this one.
Sir,
Yeah.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, that's fine. At least in a response to whatever I ask you. So Deepika, you are out of the network. You can share the screen again.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about the internet.
So that is actually profit not after tax, because you have not deducted tax yet. Profit before tax. This one is profit before tax.
And we
Now,
have the tax rates over
now
here.
profit after tax. Yeah. So profit after tax equals profit before tax times 1 minus tax rate. So use the multiplication sign within bracket 1 minus, because if you do not put bracket, then it will just multiply J2 with 1 and then deduct the tax rate. So you get the profit after tax. Fine. Very good. You can make it a bit clean by reducing the decimal point. Maybe 2-digit after decimal. Okay, good. So now,
Okay, so this
yeah,
profit we got after tax, and we today sir introduced this one-dimensional table where we can get the values calculated.
actually you can create, Deepika has given an example of, okay, 12 months of profit, right? 12 months of profit, right or wrong? So you can create the one-dimensional data table for every month, and also you can do it for the total profit of the year. Like you can just total it, at the bottom right, total profit, total yearly profit. Was sum, yeah, all of them. So left to that, write down total yearly profit. Okay, annual, fine. Good. Okay. So now you can create a single data table, for one-dimensional data table for the annual profit. Please do that.
Yes, sir.
Annual profit.
I'll be doing it over here. Sir, I forgot.
Actually, there is a trick. After annual profit, you keep one cell blank. Okay, down the annual profit, keep one cell blank, then start. Actually, you want the annual profit, right? For change of what? For change of tax rate or expense, which one?
Tax rates.
Tax rate. Okay. Now do not write annual profit here. Write tax in place of annual profit. Write tax rate, because you want to see the result for any change of tax rate. Okay.
Tax rates.
Now
So,
keep one cell blank. Then start from 0% up to 60% or 100%, whatever you like. Okay, start with 0%. No, just type 0%. Yeah, 0%. Then maybe 5%. You can also go 1% by 1%, 5% by 5%, as you need. Then you can actually, you don't have to type again and again. Select both the cell, 0% and 5%. Select both of them together. Yeah. Now just go to the corner and drag it, and go up to 60% or 70%. Okay, fine. Now, yeah, after tax rate, write to the tax rate, write down annual profit after tax. Okay, down the annual profit, just the cell beneath annual profit, you have to link the outcome. So what will you do? Try first, then if you cannot, I will help you.
Equals to, and we'll have to insert this value, which we'll be hiding later.
Right, excellent.
And
Now you have to select. Select which range?
Tax. Sorry,
No. At first, select the data table, area of the data table.
this data table, sir.
No, this not this one.
Yes.
Okay, in your selection, you also need to include the annual profit column. Without the heading, without the tax rate and annual profit. Yeah, this one, right. Everyone, please have a look. Now you have to go to the data.
What if analysis and the data table, and so we're doing it for column and
Because the result will be in column. The inputs are in column. So the column input cell is which one? The tax rate. Am I right or wrong?
yes, sir, tax rates.
Yeah, now you got a problem, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why are we having a problem here? Actually, we can apply the one-dimensional data table if we have only single input variable. You know, the input variable should have a single value, but here tax rate is different for different month. But is it possible actually? You know,
We'll choose it for 1 month, sir. For December, we'll
actually
choose.
the tax rate should not be different in different month. You know, you should have a single tax rate. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So
We're doing it for varying, right?
Yeah, you go out, come out of this data table. Come out of the data table, and on top insert another column. No. In cell D, okay, erase from the serial numbers. Erase the serial numbers in column A1. Yeah, you don't need that. Erase the serial numbers.
I couldn't understand, sir.
Delete it. For serial numbers from 1 to 12, delete. We don't need the serial number. Okay. Now in cell 1, type in tax rate. Tax rate. In the next cell, let's say 20%.
Yes, sir.
20%. Okay. Right. Now in the tax rate column, in the first cell, not here, in the calculation table. Yeah. Equal sign, equal. Delete it. Yeah. Delete the equal cell B1. Now lock it. Lock it. Not this one.
We'll be using dollar symbols to lock it. So let's
$B, $1. $B, not A.
sorry.
Yeah, enter. Now copy that one down below. Okay, now it is okay. So in that case, it is possible to employ one-dimensional data table, right?
Yes,
so now
sir.
select the data table again.
This tax rates table, right?
The data table, the whole data table range.
This data table or the tax rates one?
You know, just what you have done before when you were trying to select the row column input cell. No, also include the annual profit column. Otherwise, where will the data come? Yes. Now go to what if analysis data table. So the column input cell will be which one? Yes.
Tax rate.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Click OK. Don't be afraid. Okay, you have got it. So depending on different tax rates, we are getting different annual profit. Anybody has any question? Anybody has any question? Thank you, Deepika, for coming forward and helping all of us to learn. Thank you very much. You don't need to mark this one. Why are you marking this one?
No, sir. I'm just seeing if it's working or not. For 20, it will not change, right? So I'm just seeing if it changed or not.
You are just marking it. Yeah, sure. No problem. Okay, Deepika, thank you very much. So who will come forward to show a simple example of two-dimensional data table? Take it in, take it as a, take it sportingly. It's just a free discussion. Any student can come forward to show the example of two-dimensional data table. Konkona Lanavia. Konkona Lanavia, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so can you show a very simple example of two-dimensional data table for all of us? We will help you. If you have any problem, we will help you, just like what we have did for Deepika.
Yes, sir. One second. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, but I'm hearing echo from your side. Probably you have two speakers.
Oh, yes, sir. One second.
Can you share your screen and show? Okay, she's no more in the class, probably network issue. Then who will do it? Praharsha Vimireddy. Praharsha. If you have any problem, let me know that I have a problem or I'm not in a mood, whatever, you have to respond. Can you hear me, Praharsha? Ram Sachev. Ram Sachev, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I am in mobile phone.
You are in mobile phone, but in this class, actually, if you remain in mobile phone, you cannot do good because this is a software application course. After all, we cannot do any software application using mobile phone. That is very difficult.
Sir, my laptop battery is dead. That's why I'm using mobile phone.
You have to make it alive if you really want to learn and also do good in this course.
Sir, there is no power in my room.
Okay, for now you don't have, but do it. Make sure that from the next class you are ready. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So Karthik, can you come up with the two-dimensional data table? We will help you if you are stuck. Karthik, ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please show us a very simple example of two-dimensional data.
Me and Ram are roommates. We don't have power from morning.
Okay, both of you have the same problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Laharika? Laharika?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so can you show it or you have a problem?
Yes, sir, I can show, but then my this thing is not supporting, sir, in Mac. Excel is not supporting.
Your
I need
Excel
to
is not
update.
supporting.
Yes, sir. I'll do it in the next class for sure.
Okay, please. And come forward voluntarily, before I call anyone.
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay. Janna, be ready? Janna, be
Yes,
ready?
sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Can you show the two-dimensional data table? We will help you if you are stuck.
No, sir. I'm not that ready.
You are not that ready. Okay, that is fine. Rohit Elitam.
Yes, sir.
Can you show two-dimensional data table?
Sir, my Excel is not working, sir.
Your Excel is not working also. Okay. So make sure that your Excel works in the next class. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Gaddam Shashank. Shashank. What happened to Shashank? I cannot hear you. Mohit Kumar.
Sir, I told I was in the hospital. I'm in the
Oh,
hospital.
sorry. I called you again. Anyway.
Yes, sir.
So Kundan Yadav. Kundan Yadav, will you respond me? Well and good. So you don't want to participate. Okay. So I will go to the next topic. The next topic is about financial ratio analysis. Okay. I believe that all of you have already done your accounting course, right? Have you done it? Have you done the accounting course? Okay. In your accounting course, probably you have already prepared the income statement and balance sheet of a company, right?
Yes.
sir.
Okay, income statement and balance sheet, you have already done that, right? Excellent. So now we are going to see an example of income statement and balance sheet. The income statement and balance sheet of a company called Bartlett Company, called Bartlett Company. So let me share the screen from your textbook, of course. Can you see it? Can you see the
Yes,
income
sir.
statement?
Yes, sir.
Can you recognize, what is, whatever you can see, is it similar to what you have learned? Is it similar to what you have learned? The format of the income statement, we start with the revenue, is it familiar? Are you familiar with this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we have got the income statement of Bartlett Company of the 2 years, 2014 and 2015, for the years ended December 31st. Okay, so we have got, let us look at the income statement of 2015, the sales revenue less cost of goods sold, then we get gross profit, and from the gross profit we deduct the different types of operating expenses, like selling expense, general and administrative expense, lease expense, depreciation expense. Okay, so total operating expense is 568, operating profit is 418, interest expense is 93. After deduction, we get net profit before tax. Then after deduction of tax, we get net profit after tax. And after that, we deduct the preferred stock dividend. And after deducting the preferred stock dividend, we get earning available for common stockholder. And if we divide the earning available to common stockholder by the number of share which is given, the number of share is given in the footnote, which is in 2015 76,262. So if you divide the earning available for common shareholder by 76,262, you get 2.90. Okay, and dividend is also calculated. So if you look at the footnote C, the dollar amount of dividend is 98,000. Total amount is 98,000. So if you divide by the number of share, you get the dividend per share. dividend amount for every share. Okay, so these calculations are shown here. So what you have to do, you have to copy the information of this income statement in a spreadsheet software. In a spreadsheet software. So let me do it. Okay, can you see the both files? Can you see the both files?
No, sir. I mean, now it's started.
Can you see the both files?
No, sir.
Nothing.
Now we can.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
now
Yes,
you
sir.
can. Okay, great. So what I will do, I will copy the information in the Excel spreadsheet. Otherwise, I cannot show you. Okay. So Bartlett Company income statements. We have different items. So let us use these two columns for the description. These two columns for the description, and then this one for 2015. Okay, 2015, and the next one for the year 2014. You can do with me so that you can practice with me. Okay. So the sales revenue is 3074 in 2015 and 2567 in 2567 in 2014. Then less cost of goods sold. $2088 1711. Remember that when you copy it, actually you have to use the formula rather than amount. Okay. For example, now we are going to get the gross profit. Gross profit. So do not copy the amount from the printed material. You know what you do? You use the formula, because you know gross profit is equals to sales revenue minus cost of goods sold. So you get 986. You can copy this one just to the right. You will get both. Then again, less operating expenses. So what are the operating expenses? Selling expense, selling expenses, general and administrative expenses, we will put down the amounts later. Lease expense, then depreciation expense. Because we have long we have to increase the column width definitely. So let us put down the amount. Selling expense is 100, then 194, then 35, then 239. Just let me know if I'm making any mistake. 108, 187, 35, 223. Okay, so total operating expense. Total operating expenses. So we have to add. Am I right? Do you have to add or deduct? Equals?
Add, sir.
Yeah, add all this. Do not add the gross profit from gross profit. So we have got total operating expense 568 and 553. So we'll put underline because that is a total. So now operating profit. The operating profit is gross profit minus total operating expenses. Operating profit is equals to gross profit minus total operating expense. Okay, now we have to deduct interest expense from here. Less interest expense 93 and 91. 93 and 91. So if we deduct, then we get the net profit before tax. Net profit before tax equals operating profit minus interest expense. I think you can see the tricks that I'm using to structure the income statement using different columns and maybe narrow column, but it helps to indent different elements. Okay, so net profit before tax is 325 and 212 less tax. $94 and $64. So if we deduct that, we'll get what? We will get net profits after taxes. Equals this one minus this one. And we copy it to the right. 231 and 148. It's fine. Less preferred stock dividends. Not equal. It is the amount. How much? 10, 10. 10 and 10. So if you deduct, then earning available for common stockholders. We're almost at the end. Earnings available for common stockholders equals this one minus preferred stock dividend. Then I copy it 221 and 138. We have to underline it and we have to increase the column width. What happened? Can you hear me or not?
We can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Let us increase
Yes,
it so
sir.
that we can see the items properly. Okay. So we are getting the earning available for common stockholders. Now in the textbook, they have given some information in the footnote, but we will not do that. We will actually include the information in the bottom, actually, the number of shares. Okay. Number of outstanding shares, that is one item. Number of outstanding shares, that is one thing. Another thing is amount of dividend. Amount of cash dividend. So number of outstanding share is always 7. Actually it has changed. So in 2015, let us write down the year, because this is not part of the income statement, so we are writing it separately. So number of outstanding share in 2015 is 76262. 76262, and in 2014 it is 76244. 76244. And amount of cash dividend is, as you can see, it is given 98,000 and 57,183. So 98,000 and 57,183. Okay. So these are some additional information we got here. Okay. Now, if we want to calculate actually, we can calculate the down below, but always insert or add different things. So the earning per share is, or EPS, of 2015 is equals to earning available to common shareholder. That is not part of the income statement, but very important information that we will use later. So earning available for common shareholder divided by number of outstanding shares. Okay. So we get again actually the amounts are in thousand, right? Amounts are in thousands, so we have to do some adjustment. This amount, okay, let me delete it and do it again. You know that the amounts are in $1,000. Okay, so earning per share will be equals to this amount multiplied by 1,000. Then we get the actual amount divided by number of outstanding share, because the number of outstanding share is not in 1,000. This is the actual number. Okay, so you also have to take the earning available in actual amount. Okay, divided by. Now you get the correct amount. 2.90. Okay, now dividend per share. DPS equals, so what is the amount of dividend? 98,000. This is in actual amount divided by number of share. So you get $1.28 as dividend per share. Now, because we are doing the same calculation, we can just copy the formula to the right, so that it is 1.81 and 0.75. Have you understood how I have copied the income statement? Are you there or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, the income statement is done. Now we also want to copy the balance sheet. The balance sheet of the Bartlett company. So if we want to do that, let us do it here. Same thing, Bartlett company balance sheet. So I'll just edit. Bartlett company balance sheet, and the amounts are in thousands. And in this case, we will not write for the year ended. You know why? Probably you have learned in accounting that balance sheet is not for the whole year, it is for a particular day. Okay. So this is for December 31st of the particular year. Now we have several items. One is the asset. Assets. Under asset, we have cash. Okay. Then marketable securities. Then accounts receivable. Then inventories. Then total current asset. Okay. So what is the amount of cash? 363. Then 288. 68 and 51. 503,365. And inventory 289,300. 289. Okay, so total current asset is equals to sum of all these. Copy to the right. 1004 1223. Okay, now we have the fixed assets, which are land and buildings. Then machinery and equipment. Then we have furniture and fixtures. Then we have vehicles. Then we have other, including financial leases. Okay. So after totaling, we'll get total gross fixed asset at cost. Gross means before deducting the depreciation. Do you have any idea about depreciation?
Yes, sir.
Total gross fixed assets at cost. What happened? I'm pressing the key, but it is not taking it. Okay, so let us get the amounts. Land and building is quite high amount, 2072. 2072. 2072. Then 1903, 1903, 1693, then 1866, then 358, 358, then 316, 314, 275, 98, and 96. So total gross fixed asset will be very simple, sum of all these. $4,669 and 4,322. Less accumulated depreciation. As we know that we have to deduct the depreciation. Less accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation of year 2015 is 2295 and year 14 is 2056. 2056. So ultimately we get the total asset. Sorry, net fixed asset first. So the net fixed asset is equals gross fixed asset minus accumulated depreciation. So 2374 and 2266. So we also have the current asset, total current asset. So if we add the total current asset, then we'll get okay, then we'll get the total asset. Then we'll get the total asset. So the total asset is equals to total current asset plus net fixed assets. And we can copy to the right. 3597 and 3270. Right. So that is about the total asset. We will use a double underline. Okay. Now we will start with the liabilities and stockholders' equity. And stockholders' equity. Okay, so number one is the accounts payable. Short-term liability. Accounts payable is 382, then 270, then 99, 79, and this is what? This is the notes payable. Okay, and accruals. Are you familiar with all these items? Accruals 159. Can anybody tell me what is actually accrual? So total current liabilities is equals to sum of these three. An example of accrual, 620 and 483. Okay, so this is total current liabilities. Now long-term debt. Long-term debt including financial leases. $1023 and 967. So total liability will be current liability plus long-term debt. Total liabilities sorry for the interruption, probably there was an internet issue. Okay, common stock is 191. We will not write the details here, probably we'll write the details at the bottom of the balance sheet. That will help us to eliminate unnecessary information here. 190. Then paid in capital in excess of par. Paid in capital in excess of par on how much? 428, 428, then 418. Okay, so total stockholders equity. Oh, we also have retained earnings. Sorry. Retained earnings is the amount of income that is retained for further expansion of the business. That means if certain portion of the income is not paid as a dividend, that will be added as retained earnings. Okay, retained earnings. So retained earnings is equals to well, 1135 here in the year. Actually, you know what we have to see. If we go back to the income statement, we can see that our profit was 221 and the dividend paid was 221,000 and the dividend, cash dividend paid was 98,000. So what is the difference? You know, that difference will be added in the retained earnings. That difference will be added in the retained earnings. Anyway, in the last year it was 1012. So in this year it is supposed to be equals to last year retained earnings plus the retained earnings of this year. Okay, plus within bracket this year income available for the common stockholder, we have to multiply with 1000 because that amount is in 1000. We also have to multiply this one with 1000 because that is also 1000. Okay, minus the dividend paid, minus the amount of cash dividend of this year. So last year retained earnings plus this year retained earnings. Let's see what we have get. We get. So you can see that 1135,000. So because the amounts are in 1000, we have to, you know, divide the whole formula by 1000 to get it consistent with the other items. So 1135. Have you understood this one? How I have found the retained earnings of this year? The retained earnings of this year is last year retained earnings plus this year retained earnings. So how do we get it? Let me write it here. Retained earnings is RE. Okay, RE of 2015 is equals to RE of 2014 plus addition of RE in 2015. Okay, so how do you get that? Which is equal to 1012 plus earnings of 2015 minus dividend of 2015. Actually, okay, now it's fine. Do you get it? So again, equals to 1012 plus what is the earning of 2015? The earning of 2015 is how much? Who can tell me? 221,000. Okay, 221,000 minus dividend of 2015 is 98,000, right or wrong? Okay, and we need a correction. Okay, we will do that later. So that is actually 1012,000. I forgot to add the 1,000 because all amounts are in 1,000. So this is what we have done here. Look at the formula and match it with this one. If you do not understand, let me know. Are you trying to match it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please try to match it. And if you have any question, let me know. Let me know when you are done. Are you still matching the formula with this calculation?
No, sir. I mean, we're typing this whole thing.
Okay, what about the other students? Why do not you speak out?
So even I'm done matching.
Does it match or not?
It does.
Okay, good. So actually, I'm going to talk to your university. I don't know what is the problem with me. I have told you that after you match, let me know that whether it matches or not. If it matches, then tell me it has matched. If you do not find any problem, then let me know that there is a problem. But what you are doing, you are just watching the class like a movie. You are not interested to be interactive. Anyway.
Sir, for me it matched.
Yeah, thank you. So this is how we are calculating the retained earnings, and understanding this is very important actually. This is why I have given a stress on this. Then total stockholders equity. Stockholders equity is the sum of all these preferred stock, retained earnings, paid in capital in excess of par, and all this thing. So it will be equal to sum of preferred stock, common stock, and paid in capital, and the retained earnings. So it is 1954 and 1820. Okay. So total liabilities and stockholders equity. This one will be equal to the total liabilities. You can see where it is, this one, plus the stockholders equity, 3597, and the next one is 3270. Actually, this one should have underlined, also underlined, and this one should be double underlined. Okay. So you can see that we have actually done the balance sheet. Now let us write down some other information, the preferred stock related information, and the common stock related information. So let us write it here. Par value of preferred stock. Preferred stock par value. Par value of the preferred stock. So preferred stock par value is always, it is not depending on the year actually. Still, we can use the year 2015 and 2014. So it is, as you can see, it has $100 par value. And the preferred stock dividend, rate of dividend, okay? Preferred stock dividend rate 3%. It has not changed. Okay. Oh, no, sorry, 5%. What else we have? Number of preferred stock. preferred stock number. You can see that it is 2000. And now about the common stock. Common stock par value. We might not need all the information, but we should, record all this information. Who knows that we might need it in any kind of analysis. There is the common stock par value, and also authorized share, outstanding share, all these things are given. Okay, we don't need the authorized share, we only need the outstanding share, which is already recorded here. Number of outstanding 76262, 76244. So we don't need to repeat it. Okay, so these are the other information we have got. So this is how we can actually record the income statement and balance sheet, no matter in what format it is available. Okay, no matter in what format it is available, we have to record it in the spreadsheet software for further analysis. For further analysis. So from here, what we will do in the next class, let me show you. From here, we will actually calculate different ratios as demonstrated in this table 3.8. Okay, in table 3.8 we have different types of ratio calculated from different items in income statement and balance sheet to make some decisions. So we will do it practically in Microsoft Excel software, and we will try to interpret that. But before that, what you can do, all these calculations are explained in detail in the textbook. So you have to read it. That is your homework. That is your self-study homework. Okay, so you can read. This is the summary of Bartlett company ratio, but the detail are discussed within the chapter. Okay, for example, if you go to page number page number 119, you can see they have started with different liquidity ratios. So they have described how the current ratio is calculated. Okay, what is the formula of current ratio and how did they get these values? Okay, all these are described here. We will do that in Excel in the next class, but it will help you. It will really help you if you read, start reading from here with reference to the financial statements we have copied, from here, the income statement and balance sheet of Bartlett company. So if you read the textbook starting from section 3.3 on page 119 until that table, okay, until that table, page number 133, if you read that, that will really help you in understanding the next class. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So for today, we will start with this ratio, this spreadsheet in the next class, and you will get it before the next class. But before that, I will encourage you to, copy the income statement and balance sheet just like I have done. That will help you to become more skillful in the format and many other things in a spreadsheet software. Okay, so of course you can just directly take the file that I have created now, but it will not help you much. The better approach is copy the income statement and balance sheet just like what I have done today by yourself. Do it by yourself. That will help you much. But that is not a binding, and I'm not going to your home to see you, your house to see whether you are really doing it or not. But if you want to learn more, you have to do it by yourself. That will really help you. So that's all for today. And class representatives, can you respond? Any of the class representatives present now? Is any of the class representative attending the class today?
Yes, sir. Ojasvi is attending, but I think there's some net issues, sir.
Sorry?
No, I'm not the CR. Sir, I don't think the CRs are attending. Like they are not in the class today, I guess.
Okay, no problem. I will contact them by WhatsApp.
Sir,
So
I will share.
are you really watching the lectures and practicing what we have done? If you do not do that, then I'm worried that probably you are not going to do good in the assessment. So please do that. And also I can see that many students do not have their device ready. They are attending the class in the mobile phone. They do not have the computer access. So if this is so, then probably you will not be able to attend the case study demonstration. And if you cannot do that, I cannot give you any mark. Okay, so try to make sure that you have all the things ready.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Actually, every subject have their, like TA can, so they take our attendance.
Yeah, I was looking for that person actually, because I did not, I want to receive the attendance today also. So Praharsha, what are you saying actually?
I'm sorry, sir. I'll confirm with my friends. If there is any, TA for the subject, I wanted to, volunteer.
You want the teaching assistant of the subject?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
If there is no one.
I actually do not know if there is any teaching assistant. Probably I can talk to the university if there is a teaching assistant here in this course.
Yes, sir. Can
But
I
remember,
go?
but remember, you are not even taking the help from me during the class. The extent to which I want to help you, you are not accepting that. And I'm not talking about you only. I'm talking about the whole
Yes, sir.
class on an average.
Yes.
So taking help from the TA is good. But I don't know why you don't want to get help from me. For example, today no student has come
It's
forward.
not help, sir. It's about taking the attendance and.
Yeah, attendance is being taken. Don't worry about that. I'm
Yes,
recording.
sir.
I'm recording all the. I'm getting all the attendance from the appropriate person. That is not a problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm taking the attendance.
Yes, sir.
So in the next class, I will give you the case study that you will solve in Microsoft Excel in 1 week time, and then present it in the next class, in the following class actually. Okay, so depending on how you can do the presentation, how you can show it, you will get the mark. If you fail to do that, no matter for what reason, if you fail to do that, can I give you the mark?
No, sir.
Yeah, so you have to understand that. So students should have their arrangement ready. They should practice very well.
Sir, in the next class.
Yeah. No, not in the next class. I will assign you the case study in the next class.
Okay, sir.
And in the following class, your assessment will start, the 20 mark assessment. Okay, so how do you get the mark? You have to, definitely you have to submit the solution of the case, but the marking will depend on the on-screen demonstration. Do you know what I mean by demonstration?
Yes, sir.
For example, if I ask you to show the two-dimensional data table, okay, you have done it. Now delete it and do it again by sharing your screen. So if you can do it successfully in front of the class, you get the mark. Otherwise, you don't get the mark. Okay, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
get ready for that. And also let your friends know. I don't know how much interaction you have with your friends. I can see that only 31 students are here out of the 83 students. So it is really a matter of, what should I say? It is a mystery how they will pass this course, those who are not attending the class. Anyway, thank you very much. Do you have anything to say before I end the class?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you, sir.